So we have a 2018 Ford F150 with a 2.7 liter EcoBoost engine, and it's got a P04DB crankcase ventilation system disconnected hose. There's actually a TSB for it. I'm going to flip it around and show you what the TSB said. It says, this may be due to the incorrect positive crankcase ventilation valve installed. If the PCV valve is brown in color, refer to the powertrain manual, control emissions diagnosis manual for normal diagnostics. If the PCV valve is gray in color, replace the PCV valve, clear the DTC, and retest. Well, upon further inspection, always visual inspection before any work, look what I found. So I'm looking at the PCV tube here. Going down, down, down. Oh, disconnected. And it hasn't been connected for a long time. What you can do sometimes is spray a little silicone spray in the end of that and lube it up and get it to slide down there better, but I got it to lock in. It's not pulling up anymore. So now what I'll do is I'll clear the code, run a crankcase test, and see if it actually cleared. And this is not a brown or a gray, this is a black one. That's a black sensor, so I'm going to leave it alone and clear everything and retest. And mind you, if you did get froggy and decide to replace this line right here, this line comes as a whole unit. You're not going to get the sensor by itself. You get the whole entire line, and they're just quick connect. They snap in, snap off, no problem. Now I'm going to go through and do the actual, where the hell is it at? Fuel. Evap test. No, that's not what I want. I don't want that. I could do that too. That would work because it would check my evap system and it will check just overall. I'm going to do that because it's going to tell me to start the engine as well. It's running an evap test now. Really what I could have done is I could have done a key on engine run test and it would have been fine, but regardless, the engine's running, it's checked. It's going to tell me if something's wrong. Run a quick refresh on the DTCs and see if there's anything present. You may see a history code. That doesn't mean it's active at the time. Set the ignition to the on position. Most of the time when you get that P04DB code, either you have excessive crankcase pressure or that tube needs to be replaced. So I would always start out with replacing that tube before anything. I mean, obviously check your electrical connections to it and the connector going to it, but most of the time it is that tube and sensor that fails. It's not really any kind of real hard diagnostics. Or like you found here, it's unplugged, unfortunately. And there's no history of this customer ever coming here, so somebody else has obviously did this. Refreshed everything. Let's see what's active in the computer. I've got nothing. So there's the old code right there that was in the computer. And were these other two codes set here, like this APIM code for a USB port and this yeah, so the APIM code for the USB port, it pops up whenever people do an on-demand test on the USB port. Or it could be malfunctioning, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times when you do an on-demand test, you clear codes the wrong way or do something in the computer the wrong way, you can set this code. And I'll throw this up here briefly for you, just in case you're somebody that wants to run across this. You'll have to pause it. I'm going to move the camera away. my focus is on this crankcase ventilation pressure. So now that code is no longer in the system anymore. I'm actually going to run the vehicle now and make sure that it doesn't come back. I'm going to go on an 8-mile test drive, and then we'll move from there. But that was the fix for this, just to kind of keep you guys in the loop. And again, there's a couple TSBs for that. I'll let you, again, you're going to have to pause. That's the fix, guys. This was an easy one. Most of the time it's that tube. You just replace the tube and that's it. It's pretty clean cut and dry. Thanks, guys. Be blessed. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up. Thank you for all the new subscribers and really keeping it positive and helping me keep this channel going. Eventually I'm going to focus on this channel wholeheartedly and nothing else, just to bring you guys as much content as I possibly can, and then get to know other people and network with them, build relationships amongst social media, YouTube subscribers and creators and stuff like that. And that's what all this is about, is a community, right?